Often, when we think about improving our lives, we're tempted to make drastic changes and radical transformations. However, science shows us that this approach rarely works in the long run. Instead, the key lies in understanding the mechanics of the brain and how to cultivate new habits subtly and sustainably. In this video, we'll explore the surprising findings from science about habits and how we can use this knowledge to foster lasting changes in our lives, one small step at a time. Get ready to embark on a fascinating journey about the transformative power of habits. Understanding brain mechanics. Our human nature is programmed to prefer comfort and familiarity. Our brain acts like a jungle with well-established paths, representing the habits and routines we've developed over time. These paths become so ingrained that it becomes difficult to deviate from them and create new ones. This occurs because the brain is essentially an energy conservation machine. It prefers to follow known paths because these require less mental effort. After all, our brain is constantly seeking the most efficient way to perform tasks, even if it means maintaining old behavioral patterns. This dynamic between familiarity and change is crucial to understanding the difference between routines and habits. Routines are deliberately planned and executed sequences of actions to achieve a desired outcome, like cooking a specific recipe. Habits, on the other hand, are actions performed almost automatically due to rewarding outcomes, like grabbing a cookie with coffee, because it has become a pattern. So, how does our brain handle these two categories? It has two metaphorical components: the wise planner, who strategizes and plans for future benefits, and the spoiled baby, who seeks immediate gratification without concern for long-term consequences. It's in this dynamic between these two characters that the battle for creating new habits unfolds. Forming new habits. With this understanding of brain mechanics, how can we then transform our lives through the creation of healthy habits? The answer lies in starting small. Often, when we try to make changes in our lives, we are tempted to set ambitious goals and make ambitious transformations. However, science shows us that this approach usually does not work in the long run. Instead, we should focus on small but significant changes in our behaviors. Imagine, for example, that you want to exercise regularly. Instead of committing to going to the gym for an hour every day, start with something simpler, like doing 10 squats every morning as soon as you get out of bed. This action may seem insignificant, but over time, it can evolve from a simple routine to a deeply ingrained habit. That's the key: transforming routines into habits. By creating a new routine with specific triggers, such as doing the 10 squats right after waking up, your brain begins to associate that action with a particular stimulus. With consistent repetition, this sequence of actions can become automated, evolving from a deliberate routine to an unconscious habit. It's important to recognize that the spoiled baby in our brain will resist these changes. It prefers the easy and familiar path, the one that requires less effort. Therefore, we must be patient and thoughtful when building new habits, taking small steps at a time instead of trying to impose radical changes. Additionally, a key factor in facilitating the formation of new habits is using effective triggers. These triggers should be specific and consistently associated with the desired action, helping to initiate the behavior automatically. For example, when deciding to do daily exercises, you might link them to a routine activity, like having breakfast. Another important aspect is making the new actions enjoyable and rewarding. When we find pleasure and satisfaction in a particular task, our brain associates it with a reward, increasing the likelihood that it will become a habit. Therefore, choose activities that you genuinely enjoy doing, rather than forcing something you consider an obligation. Making change easier. Now that we better understand the science behind habit formation, let's explore some additional strategies that can make the transformation journey easier and more sustainable. A crucial element is the effective use of triggers. As previously mentioned, these specific and consistent stimuli help trigger the new behavior automatically. But how do you identify the right triggers? Think about specific moments and places in your daily routine that can serve as natural triggers for the action you want to develop. For example, if you want to drink more water, associate this habit with something you already do regularly, like checking your phone as soon as you wake up. This way, you create a connection between the trigger, picking up the phone, and the new action, drinking a glass of water. Another crucial aspect is making new activities enjoyable and rewarding. Remember that our brain prefers to follow paths that bring satisfaction and pleasure, rather than effort and sacrifice. So, explore ways to make your transformation goals more fun and engaging. Maybe you can listen to motivational music while exercising, or find a creative hobby that excites you. By associating the new action with something you truly enjoy, you increase the chances of it becoming a lasting habit. Another powerful strategy is to plan ahead and remove obstacles. Identify potential challenges or temptations that might interfere with your progress and create contingency plans. For example, if you want to reduce your intake of sweets, remove cookies from your kitchen and have fresh fruits handy as a healthy alternative. Additionally, consider the idea of positive monitoring. Instead of focusing only on the days you did not meet your goal, celebrate daily, small successes. This approach reinforces positive habits and helps maintain motivation in the long run. Remember that the journey of transformation is not a straight line. There will be ups and downs, days when you feel inspired and others when you struggle to maintain focus. Be compassionate with yourself during these times. Understand that change takes time and that small slip-ups are part of the process. The important thing is to get back on track as soon as possible, without judgment. Another valuable tip is to find ways to make your transformation goals public. Sharing your plans and progress with friends, family, or in online communities can increase your accountability and motivation. By connecting with others who are facing similar challenges, we can inspire each other and create a support network. Also remember that habit creation is not a linear process. You won't simply move from a routine to a habit at once. It's a gradual process with advances and setbacks. Don't get discouraged by small slip-ups, as they are natural and expected. Throughout this journey, it's essential to cultivate self-compassion. Understand that you are human, and that there will be days when it will be easier to maintain your new habits than others. Celebrate the small victories and be kind to yourself in times of difficulty. This compassionate approach will strengthen your determination and resilience. Finally, remember that true transformation happens over time. Don't expect instant results. Trust the process and celebrate each small progress. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your ultimate goal. On this journey of transformation, the key is to understand the mechanics of the brain and how we can use the power of habits to our advantage. By starting small, transforming routines into habits, and using effective triggers, we can create lasting changes in our lives. Remember that change is not a straight path. There will be highs and lows, but with patience, self-compassion, and a focus on small successes, you can overcome the challenges and achieve your goals. So don't wait for big upheavals or radical transformations. Start with small steps and allow your brain to gradually get used to new actions. Over time, and with conscious practice, you'll see that this subtle yet powerful approach can effectively change your life. Join us on this journey of transformation, one step at a time. Subscribe and like this video to receive more inspiring content on creating healthy habits and fostering lasting changes in your life. Together, we can discover the true power of small yet significant steps towards a more fulfilling and satisfying life.